Coach, how'd the first day go, spring ball?
Better than last year that first day, so that's good. Made some improvement. Very spirited, as it usually is first day, but good. Excited. A lot of good leadership returning. A lot of guys have made a lot of plays around here, and they seem fired up.
Talk about Davis, if you would, how different he looks.
But yeah, it's night and day. Just the confidence he's carried over from that bowl game, and going through the trials and tribulations of last year, you can tell it really helped him. And his mental approach has been great, and he's in total control out there.
Kliff, what did you think of your favorite rules proposal being tabled today?
I thought it was the right thing to do. I think there was an outcry against it, and I just think it was the right thing to do, and I'm glad they got that right.
You said you didn't think it would happen, so I guess it was no surprise to you then?
I just didn't. I didn't think it would. I didn't think there was enough basis to do it, really, and I think that's what basically defeated it.
Coach, what does this team specifically need to get better at or need to work on in these spring practices?
A lot. Just having the same defense, same defense coordinator, same defense coaches for 2 years in a row is going to be fun to watch those guys develop and grow. And then offensively, traditionally year two, our offense is when it's really jumped. And so with the quarterback returning, a lot of starters on the offensive line, a lot of playmakers on that offense, we expect them to just continue to get better throughout the spring.
What were your impressions of the way the first practice went?
Not bad. I thought our defense flew around. They just looked a lot more comfortable going in their second year with the same program that we had last year, which is a big change for that group. And then offensively, like I said, a lot of guys that made a bunch of plays for us last year are back and doing their thing.
You coach Davis any differently this year since I asked him if it's a different kind of pressure since so much of the team's success now is going to depend on him?
No. He knows what I expect, and I've said it all along, he's very self-motivated and wants to be really, really good, and so that makes it easy on me. And if anything, it's just brought us closer.
Who among the receivers who looked good today?
Yeah, Brad looks really good. He's a guy we can move around inside, outside, and I thought he had a great practice. And then Reggie Davis looked strong. Jakeem, same deal, had a great ball game, carried over that confidence in the offseason, and really had a great practice.
Coach, is it kind of refreshing after all the craziness of the offseason and the changes? Is it finally fun to just get back to on the field and working with these guys?
Yeah, that's why we do it. That's the best part of the job. So just to be out there watching flag, it's a lot of fun.
How was the start of spring different for you from the start of fall camp?
For fall camp this past year, it's a huge difference. A lot of new faces. You don't have Jace out there or Eric Ward, those big-time leaders. Now we have Kenny Williams and Brad Marquez replacing them, which are doing great today. So it's just new faces. Our timing's down pretty good. We're throwing every day after weight workouts. So yeah, it's definitely different new faces. All defensive lines new, so it's fun.
What about with you not having Baker and Michael?
Oh yeah,
competing with you every day?
That's definitely different. But we got 3 guys up here that can throw a little bit, and but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do the best I can every single day. I have a competition against myself every day, and I threw a couple of incompletions that I shouldn't have today, and I'll definitely correct that for tomorrow or Friday.
Did the competition last year and everything you guys went through make you stronger on and off the field?
Oh yeah, it definitely made me a lot stronger. Coming here and competing with Michael in the spring last year was just one-on-one battle. Then Michael got hurt, and I kind of assumed I was a guy. I guess got maybe a little too big-headed, and Baker came in and beat me out. So yeah, it definitely humbled me, I guess, and made me realize what a blessing it is to be starting quarterback at Texas Tech. And once I got my chance, I really tried to prove some people wrong.
Is it a different kind of pressure now that much of the team's success is going to depend on how you perform?
That's quarterback. They far too much credit and way too much blame. And especially when you have Texas Tech fans who are just so passionate about the game, there's always a lot of pressure, but that's part of quarterback.
Could you talk about X receiver and just kind of things that are going on there now that Eric Ward's gone?
Yeah, they played really good today, actually. We got Devin Lauderdale, we got DJ and Little Polite Bray, and there's some good competition out there. Sean Corker's playing a little X and Z, he's doing really good, and they're all competing their butts off, so it's going to be some fun to see some stories.
What did the Holiday Bowl do for you going into the offseason at this point?
Well, so far I have gotten stopped at every single dinner that I've eaten at, so it kind of got me a little more publicity, I guess. But just building off of that, I didn't want that to be the highlight of my Texas Tech career. Holiday Bowl champions is awesome, being the MVP, but I want more than that. So just building off that and having something good coming to the offseason was pretty exciting.
You've obviously put on some weight and look a little bit different, hard to recognize you. Talk about some of the work you've done since the Holiday Bowl off the field.
Yeah, I was 212 last summer, and then I got really sick and got down to 168, got sick. In about 3 days, lost 40 pounds. And then I got back up to 195 during the year, and then I'm back, I got 210 today, I'm sorry. So, I've gained a lot of weight. It's a credit to Coach Dennis and his, lifting group, and Coach T, Coach Uzel, Coach Yates, and then Dana, our nutritionist. So, that's a big credit to them for giving me what I need to eat and what I need to lift.
What's your target weight? What are you looking to
220.
get? 220?
In August, yeah.
What are you personally trying to accomplish in these spring practices?
Get better each and every day because I got a long way to go, and I might not have guys breathing on my neck, competing for a job, but I'm treating it like that. And I think you can ask anybody today. I was getting mad at myself every couple throws, and Coach Kingsbury is really hard on me, which is great because he wants me to be really good. And that's always fun to play for a guy who really wants you to be good.
So you're kind of the established guy now at corner, so just talking about being kind of the guy.
First day was pretty good. I feel like everybody came out ready to work. Corners especially, we're a little short on depth right now, but I feel like everybody played their position and doing the job well.
How do you feel personally now that you have got those 3 starts under your belt?
I feel like it's helped me grow. I feel like I have a lot more growing to do, but I have a lot more confidence now on the field, playing against these other players, just going hard every rep. I have a lot more confidence.
What were your nerves like last year, say, from
I
those
was-
last 4 or 5 games?
I was pretty nervous, especially going into Baylor in Texas. Those were big games, but I calmed down a little bit as I got to the bowl game. But right now, it's just building confidence, so I feel pretty good.
What did you think of the way you performed against Baylor with their reputation?
Watching film, there's a lot of stuff that I could have done better, but I feel like for my first start, it was exceptional.
Talk about what the defense needs to get done, accomplish, I guess, in these spring practices, since a lot of guys are back, there's some fresh faces, but what do you guys need to accomplish?
Really just stuffing the run, being physical, especially at corners, just beating up the receivers. Definitely just getting more takeaways. That's something that Coach harps on a lot, getting takeaways. So overall, just being more physical and playing full speed every play.
Coach Curtis and Coach Haverty both wanted you at their position. Which do you prefer?
I'll play wherever I'm needed, but with my build, I'm not the biggest guy, so I definitely go corner.
How much discussion of that was there with between you and the coaches about which of those you would play?
Well, I didn't get much say. They pretty much just told me where to go. So, because OSU, I was playing safety, and then about the next Sunday or Monday, they called me and said I'm switching to corner for Baylor. So, just wherever they needed me.
Who's the leader or leaders of the secondary right now? I know it's obviously early, but who's kind of standing out as leaders?
Keenan Ward, he's definitely a big part of this defense in the secondary. Jalen Barnes, he didn't get to play last year due to injury, but he's definitely going to be a key to our safeties and corner-wise. Any of our corners, I feel like they're all good leaders, just got to step our game up.
Did you expect, say, August, September last year, did you think you were going to play? And when it became apparent that you did play or were going to play, did you have to refocus at all? Or did you feel like you were ready for it?
People kept getting injured. So at a point, I felt like they were going to pull my red shirt, but I just didn't know when. And then they called me in. And they told me they're going to end up pulling it and it's going to be at safety. So I definitely had to refocus. I had to talk to the seniors like Trey Porter and Bruce. I had to have them as mentors. So I definitely was just going in there, but I had to refocus.
This is the second year of Wallerstedt's defense. He's trying to implement it. Do you feel like you guys are getting kind of a better handle on it and kind of getting just working out the kinks in it this spring?
Yeah, definitely. Last year, I feel like it took a while for me personally to get the schemes and everything. But as of day one right now, we're looking pretty good. I feel like everybody's still learning, but we're getting to where we need to be.
Kliff said a couple of weeks ago that he wants you to start at the Z position. When did they communicate that to you, and how did it make you feel?
After the season, he was telling me that Bradley was going to probably move to the inside receiver. They needed me to step up and make plays for the team, so I was like, that sounds good to me. I can do that.
Can you talk about the transition last year and going from smaller high school to college football and how you continually seem to get better and catch on more? And, Coach talking about how he thinks you can really be a huge playmaker.
Practice makes perfect. That's all I can say. You get with me and talk to me what I need to work on, what I need to get better on, and I work on it and get better and progress as it comes in, as time goes.
How did you think the first practice went?
It went pretty good. A lot of people flying around. Some look rested, some look, but the first day, it's going to get better.
Would you talk about Davis Webb and kind of what he's meant to the team and how he's progressed as a quarterback?
Man, he progressed a lot. Went from not starting to back starting. I mean, you got to deal with a lot with that, but he kept his head, stayed strong, and stepped up when we needed him the most.
What does this receiving core need to work on most in these spring practices?
Consistency. That's what I say. If you do good every day, then you have no problem when it comes time for the game.
What did you feel like was the key for you last year to kind of gain the coach's confidence and put yourself in a position to be where you are now?
Whenever I got a chance, make something happen. That's how I thought of it. Being behind Bradley, I learned a lot from him. Watched Eric Ward, so as I watched him, I tried to do better than them.
You made an impact on special teams towards the end of the year last year. Coach Chavarini comes in. Can you talk about the change there on that side of the ball?
Right now, I think it's Jakeem right there, but it's whatever with me. If they need me, I'll do it.
What kind of reaction did you get from folks after that touchdown at the Holiday Bowl?
You know how it goes. Everybody bandwagon. Before they wasn't really talking about you. Then when you make plays, the name comes up a lot.
Have you seen a difference with Davis at all, being, the man at quarterback now?
No, I still think he's the same. He's still humble about everything. He still try to get better every day, throw with the receivers. He always want to do something to get better.
Let's talk about playing at wide receiver right now, man, and just kind of how things are going there, different than playing Z.
Everything's good so far. Still a little bit different on the routes and things like that. So still getting used to it. But definitely, it's still running routes and still going fast, and it's still the same offense. That we've been running. So it's exciting. I'm excited about the new change, and I'm looking forward to it.
Bradley, talk about Davis. You guys are pretty good friends. Talk about his ability as a leader.
Oh, he's a great leader. Ever since he came in here, he was not scared to say to speak up or anything like that. And I think it showed last spring when he just came in here and he battled for the job, and then throughout the fall and throughout the season. So he's a competitive guy. He loves the game of football, and so it's something that everybody looks up to, and we see how much hard work that he puts towards it. So we right behind him.
Is there any particular skill that you have to use more on the inside than you did at Z?
I would say would be blocking more linebackers, rather than blocking the corners out there. So I've got to be able to do that to open up the run game for us. So that's something, that I got to get bigger, and just work on it. But something I'm excited about.
So you get to bring the next Jason tomorrow?
Oh, I don't know about Jason tomorrow. He's just a lot bigger specimen than I am. So.
What is that one thing, or maybe multiple things in the changing position that you need to work on specifically in your game in the spring?
I need to work on everything. I'm not by no means the best receiver right now, so, as far as reaching my full potential. So I just need to go out there and get better each and every day in all aspects of the game.
That being said, how was day one from the offensive side? How do you think it went?
Good. I think from the offensive side we did a great job. We're flying around out there. Everybody's getting the calls and transitioning, with the new guys that we got in there. So it was good. And as far as the defense goes, everybody's flying around right now. That's good to see day one, but we need to carry that out throughout the whole spring.
Who made the best catch or two today? caught your eye there?
Dylan Cantrell did a really good job today. I think he's getting a lot more reps, and he did a great job today. And I think he had 2 pretty good catches I can think of.